In the sacred hills of Ilero, where the rivers whispered secrets to the trees and the spirits lingered just beyond the veil of mist, there lived a girl named Adétutu. She was not born ordinary, she was born chosen. From the moment she could walk, she walked barefoot through rituals. From the moment she could speak, she spoke prayers. She was the child of Aun, destined to become a high priestess, a sacred vessel untouched by the world's temptations. Adétutu lived in the grove, surrounded by ancient trees and river songs. Her hair was always wrapped in white, her wrists heavy with coral beads. Her life belonged to the shrine, to the spirits, to the silence. She had never known desire, never known rebellion, until the day she heard a drumbeat where there should have been none. Ayòkúnlé came like a shadow cast by a storm, a warrior drummer from the western provinces. He arrived with calloused hands and a soul wrapped in music. His body bore scars, but his spirit carried rhythm like blood. He had no right to be in the sacred grove, yet he stood there, drumming beneath the Iroko tree as if the gods had called him. Adétutu should have sent for the elders. She should have chanted the binding spell. But she didn't. She watched him, and when he stopped drumming, their eyes met. It was not thunder that roared. It was the silence between them. Something ancient stirred. Something forbidden. Something human. Their meetings became ritual in themselves. She came at dusk, feet light, heart heavier. He played for her alone. In his drumming she felt seen. In her silence he found peace. Love was never declared. It simply bloomed, in glances, in gestures, in the way he carved her name into the back of his drum. But Ilero was not a place where love like theirs could live in the open. When the shrine's fire dimmed during the river festival, the elders gathered. Baba Oloy, Adétutu's guardian and the high priest, summoned the oracle. The message was clear. A sacred vessel has been soiled. The gods turned their faces away. There was only one punishment. Ayòkúnlé was to be sacrificed to Aun, his blood offered to cleanse the grove. Adétutu was to undergo exile and spiritual purging. Alone, stripped of her rights, she refused to die in the heart of the village. Before the gathered crowd and trembling drums, she stepped forward. Her hair was loose, her white cloth stained by river dust. Her voice shook, but her eyes burned. "If love is a sin, then your gods have forgotten how to feel," she said. Gasps swept the crowd. The drummers fell silent. Baba Oloy raised his staff, but something shifted in the air, like the spirits themselves had paused to listen. Adétutu walked to the altar and stood between Ayòkúnlé and the blade. She laid her hand on his chest and whispered the oldest name of Aun, the one only priestesses were taught in secret. The wind blew, the river rose, and the statue of the goddess wept. That day, no sacrifice was made. Banished from Ilero, Adétutu and Ayòkúnlé built a shrine by the riverbank, away from the chants and judgments. She healed the sick with herbs and water. He drummed for the spirits and the sky. And when children asked why the river glowed when she prayed, she told them, "Because love is not a curse." In time, people began to come, quietly at first, then in crowds. Not for ritual, not for law, but for healing, for truth, for the kind of faith that grows wild and free.